Almost every open-world game tries to create an immense environment that players can get lost in, and most of them even claim to be the largest. The infinitely expanding universe of No Man's Sky for the PC and PS4, however, has just raised the bar immeasurably. Given the lack of information over the years, the interest of the gaming community was piqued, and finally, after so many delays, No Man's Sky can be explored. No Man's Sky's universe relies on a procedural algorithm to create an immense galaxy. Having the worlds randomized as you go can have a positive and negative effect on your experience. As we explored space, the sheer beauty of the cosmos is awe-inspiring. When traveling around, planets give off a natural glow and are magnificent as you get closer to see the finer details. Upon landing on the planet's surface, however, it is a hit or miss. Since the game relies heavily on its procedural formula, planet surfaces could either have a wealth of life and flora, or be a complete and barren wasteland. During our playthrough, we've encountered creatures that range from impressive to downright ugly. Creature animations also seem to be procedurally generated, as we encountered certain creatures that have wings but don't fly, and winged fish that fly through the air. The ambiance in No Man's Sky is very distinct. The music that plays as you explore the galaxy creates a sense of mystery, and the howling sounds of the creatures on the surface of the planet lends life to your surroundings. Alien grunts and even robotic beeps give personality to the many life forms you'll encounter in deep space. The minor downside that sometimes pulls you out of the atmosphere of the game is your robot companion's voice. His constant annoyance becomes rather bothersome as he reminds you of the resources you need to survive. The first hour of No Man's Sky is by far the slowest point in the game. As you start your adventure, you'll be tasked with repairing your ship as well as learning the basics of gathering resources. The game does not tell you much on how most of the mechanics work, and the in-game tutorial is mediocre at best. But even then, it only shows you prompts on the bottom right of the screen. Your character also moves at a very slow pace, and the stamina bar, plus the jetpack bar, do very little in terms of travel due to the speed at which the bars actually deplete. Exploring a huge area at such a slow pace at the beginning of the game becomes a chore, and the slight upgrades you get almost 10 hours into the game just barely make traveling on foot bearable. The game also heavily relies on menus, and you'll constantly visit them to craft, manage, and refuel yourself as you pick up resources along the way. The crafting system and trading system is easy to understand, but the game's use of a cursor and menu layout similar to Destiny turns the menus into a cumbersome experience. Exploration is the main emphasis of the game, which is why No Man's Sky constantly rewards you for finding and interacting with new things in the environment, as well as in-game milestones you may have achieved. Aside from the main quest of traveling to the center of the galaxy, you can explore, trade, and gather resources, and even participate in the occasional space battle. Factions in the galaxy pay attention to your achievements, and as you discover more about a particular species, your standing with them also increases. Gathering resources presents its own unique rewards as a way to progress your character. Throughout your space adventures, you'll acquire blueprints and even upgrades for your character as well. Overall, the system of progression is surprisingly well paced given how large the game actually is. As you discover planetary life, you'll have the option to rename almost everything you discover, and even upload it to the internet so that other players can see it as well. The formula of exploration and resource gathering is the main event that you'll find yourself mixed up in, and even after hours of playing the game, it maintains a fresh feeling due to always having a new planet to discover. No Man's Sky is a vast game filled with huge amounts of content that can be discovered. The game does share some graphical glitches here and there, but the overall beauty of the galaxy is simply breathtaking. There are questionable decisions in the design of the game that makes it irritating at times, but the gameplay keeps us coming back for more. Although it's by no means a perfect game, we hope that as DLC content and patches come through, that we will return to space.